This talk I did at a massive event in 2023 called Atomicon broke the internet. Well, it broke my website, but same thing. I wanted to show you how you can triple, if not quadruple, if not 10x your LinkedIn leads just by watching a few minutes of that presentation. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it.
How many of you put things on your to-do list that you've already done just so you can tick them off and feel more productive? I used to do exactly the same, especially when I first started out. And this is what my to-do list used to look like 18, 24 months ago. Spend a few hours updating the website, just in case we got any surprise visitors. Go and order some branded pajamas or tea cozies on Vistaprint or something. Spend half an hour hanging a neon office sign just so the Zoom visuals were on point. Hop onto social, post some content, do some sporadic cold email outreach, go out, walk the dog, come back home, sit down, and wait for the leads to roll in. They didn't. We just love wasting time. Anything to avoid the things that actually matter, which in the early stages of business, we want to generate leads and convert those leads into paying clients or customers. Essentially, sales and marketing. That neon sign isn't going to make people buy from you. There's no point updating a website that doesn't get visitors in the first place. And 3 cold emails a day isn't enough. In fact, walking the dog was the closest I ever got to a lead. And I haven't even got a dog. But today, I want to show you the 4 types of high-converting content that you can post in order to allow you to start conversations, all right? I want to show you how to structure those conversations so you can get meetings without being sleazy, salesy, slimy, whatever Andrew and Pete just said. And then the 2 systems that we use to make sure we don't waste any time on unqualified meetings too, and how you can do exactly the same. If you have sales calls or discovery calls as part of your sales process, and you mainly use social media to acquire clients, you've got 2 choices, organic or paid. You either pay for ads and drive traffic through your funnels that way to book calls, or you can use organic methods to build an audience and leverage that audience to generate leads. So you pay with money or you pay with time. So we're going to talk about organic methods in order to soften the blow to your pockets today, okay? But first, before we do hop in, I want to zoom in on the mistakes that people make. I think it's really important to know what not to do, essentially. Because a lot of people are doing too little, all right? They post content and then do nothing, and then expect to stand there like Moses, fighting off the waves of inbound leads, flooding their inbox like, "You shall not pass!" And yes, I know that's a Gandalf line, but they're posting and they're ghosting. The opposite end of the spectrum is them doing too much. So they post a load of content, spend ages taking to people to qualification calls, go away for 2 days, draft a proposal in hope of a second call, which never usually happens. If it does, the team then takes the proposal, goes away, has an internal discussion, and then crickets. All right? Again, lots of wasted time. So what's the sweet spot? Well, the sweet spot, from an organic point of view, is pretty simple, okay? We want to post a particular type of content and warm people up with comments to start conversations and take them to calls whilst qualifying them automatically, all right? Which is what we're going to cover today. And in order to do this, from an organic point of view, you want to do 4 things, okay? Content, connections, comments, and conversations. Every day if possible, because this is what is going to drive organic traffic and attention to your profile and to your content. So, top level view, post a piece of content every day, connect with or follow 20 people in your space, predominantly ideal clients, and then go out there and network, okay? Comment on big accounts, people who have the audience that you want. Comment on the medium-sized accounts, competitors or mutual people in your network, and then small accounts, super fans, and ideal clients too. And all 3 of these things are going to allow us to have warmer conversations every single day, okay? This is what drives attention organically. Now, you might be sat there thinking, well, I don't have a massive audience, Chris, so this might not apply to me. But the truth of the matter is, this will build your audience and your pipeline at the same time when delivered consistently, all right? So, channel your inner Snoop Dogg and put your hand up if you have ever received a completely cold, unsolicited DM from someone you never heard of. I'm going to put 2 up. I probably had like 3 since I've been on stage. Okay. Now keep your hands up and be honest. If you've ever sent a completely cold, unsolicited DM to someone that had never heard, be honest. I've still got my hands up, all right? But I want to examine 2 scenarios, all right? Scenario 1, sales coach, as an example. Cold DMs you out of the blue, says they can help you get more leads or more revenue. Do you want to hop on a call? No. Why? You don't know that person, all right? You've not been taken down the know, like, trust journey. There's no strength. There's no relationship. There's no personal brand equity for you to buy into. Now, scenario number 2 is very different, okay? Same sales coach follows us. Check out the profile. Looks decent. Connect back or follow back or whatever the terminology is. Okay, after that, we start to see their content in our feed. Looks nice. Messaging's dialed in. Then we see that they're advertising a freebie. Go and download it. We get a few emails. All of them feel like they're describing our pain points, okay? They're describing the challenges that we have, and they look like there might be a solution. One of those emails has some client results in, where the same coach or supplier, whatever it is, has taken someone from exactly where you are now all the way to where you want to be, okay? Now your interest peaked. Same time, this sales coach is engaging with your content too. Amazing. So, bit of back and forth, they send you a DM, you have a conversation, they find out they might be able to help, and then they suggest a call. How much more likely are you to hop on a call with them then, after all these touch points? Much more likely. So how can we engineer that journey? Well, marketing and content as a whole is an absolute beast. So we're just going to zoom in to the 4 high-converting post types that work for myself and for my clients too. Okay, so let's look at each one quickly. This I call the hand raise, all right? Really direct, really obvious. We've got the image at the top, which hopefully people will be able to tie in with your profile, all right? They'll be able to identify with it there. Then we've got an opening statement, and I don't recommend like posting these posts all the time, like once every 3 months or something. I want to help a select number of people, so we've got some scarcity in there, okay? Spots are limited, and try and be truthful there. Then, name your audience, okay? Not only does this call out your ideal audience, but it also repels anyone that doesn't fit into it. Then, we know or should know what our ideal audience's outcome is. All right? I know a lot of coaches that want to sell for 4 figures or 5 figures or whatever it is. So put that in. That's the main attraction, okay? And then we demonstrate how to do it. What's the method? What's the mechanism? And it's pretty simple. This was a LinkedIn post, so using content on LinkedIn. But again, if we've done our research, we know that there will be negative associations that our audience have with that ideal outcome. So be upfront, put them out there. I know that most coaches hate ads, most coaches are confused by funnels. So we're telling them we can help them reach this desired outcome without the things they dislike. Perfect. Then inject some urgency. We start next week or sometime very soon. Then call to action or closing statement or CTA, we tell them exactly what to do and where to go. So I like to have a free call option, by eliminate the risk by having the word free in there, and then tell them where to actually go. People are lazy, remember that. Click on the profile link. Then, if they don't necessarily want to talk to you straight away, maybe they will just give you an easy, maybe you can just give them an easy to perform action, okay? Really easy, as an alternative. So DM me a singular word, and then you prescribe that word to remove any thinking as well. And these posts work. Go and put one out over the next couple of weeks and watch people from your audience who didn't know existed or people you've forgotten about get back in touch in some form. Post type number 2. Again, use them sparingly, but the poll, completely underrated. They're great for 2 reasons. Firstly, you can research your market. Secondly, you can message anyone that responds to them. Okay? You can use them in a few different ways. Ask people what they're struggling with. Ask people what their plans are. Tell people you've got a limited number of resources to give away. Or in this case, I just said, I'm making a free resource. What's going to be most helpful? And guess what? We can help people with all 4 of those things, okay? This is the conversation starter. So in the back end, obviously you can do them on Instagram, but this in the back end of LinkedIn as the author, this is what it looks like. Caption up top, and then you've got the results. So straight away, we know that 54% of people who responded to this poll are interested in lead generation. Guess what we're going to be talking about in our content for the next few months, okay? And after that, we can craft that free resource too. But the most important thing here is that number at the bottom, 116 votes. One post took 5 minutes to write. We can now potentially start 116 conversations, okay? Not all of them will be relevant, but what we want to do is message any voters here, okay? And we're going to cover messaging shortly. Post type number 3, the organic client result, all right? I call it organic because it features people's faces, yeah? It's not just a branded graphic that I've made or a quote that I've typed up. On the left, we got my client Brian. We had a 20-minute Zoom call. I chopped up all the bits where he said I was amazing and our company was amazing, put it into a 60-second video, and post that as short-form content across social. On the right, my client Balaji. Static image, again, break down very quickly. We've got the desired result, money, in a short time frame, but then we've got a picture. If you can't get a picture, logo of your client, okay? Preferably smiling like Balaji. It's what a lovely face. And then we've got his screenshot where he actually messaged me and said, Chris, I just closed 7K in a day. Again, people start to relate to these things. Then, context, we give his first name, and then we describe his job role, situation, industry, location, whatever it is. These posts tick boxes in your client's minds, okay? Either subconsciously or consciously. They paint the picture of success. Oh, I've helped Balaji, he's a designer, I'm a designer, maybe Chris could help me too. Last one, the biggest one, because this is what I think most people should be posting on social, and this covers a whole lot of things, but value posts. Loads of your competitors are going to be scared of giving their secrets away. Okay, so you want to do the exact opposite. If they're holding the cards close to the chest, you give away the farm. Give away everything you know with the knowledge that they won't be able to execute it themselves, and they'll come to the person that has shared the most to get the help they need, all right? Now, that could be a how-to, like an in-depth breakdown of like a system or a process or a framework that you've taken people through. It could be a personal victory, how you've helped a client go from A to B. It could be like a mindset shift for something that you've had happen to you or something that's happened to your clients. So lots and lots of information being given away, and that will help people follow you, engage with you, and ultimately buy from you if you can give away more for free than your competitors, okay? So they're the 4 post types. If you're on Instagram, stories are amazing, so you can see how they apply here, all right? We've got the client results, poll, DM me the word, hand raise.